Riley Jackson and Brianna Pinto ahead of the Courage match on Saturday against Gotham. I'll start with a question for both of you to get it rolling, then we'll turn it over to the room. Riley, we'll start with you. Congratulations on your professional debut. You've now gotten 2 pro games under your belt. Tell us what it's been like to get on the field in an NWSL game.
Wow. Thank you so much, first of all. It's been my dream since I was little. I think it's every little girl's dream to step on the field in her first pro game. So it was just amazing, surreal. I really can't explain what I was feeling in those moments, just a rush of emotions. But the team being around me and my family being at my first game was huge and just made the experience 10 times better than it would have been. So just the support that I had around me was amazing, and I'm super grateful to be part of this team.
That's awesome. Then Brianna, for you, you've been kind of moved into a couple of different roles. It feels like the whole front line has been shifted around a little bit here, but it's working. 37 shots across the first 2 games. The offense seems to be really clicking, even though the goals didn't come as much as you would have wanted in Utah. From your perspective, how have you fit into this kind of new look offense, and what's your opinion of how this offense has performed in the first couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think our offense has done a really good job just absorbing the principles that the coaching staff is putting in front of us. I've stepped into the 9 role, and it's a lot of fun. I like being close to goal, and got a lot of good players around me, like both that start and come off the bench. And I think we hit our second gear in that second half, and it's really great just to be in a new role because I can continue learning. I like playing back to pressure, and then I also like attacking and getting forward. So again, I'm approaching it with open arms. It's really exciting just to be on the field. Every opportunity to play is a blessing.
And then this one's for both of you. Riley, you were here a little bit last year, but this is really your first full year, and then Brianna, now your 3rd year. But really, last year was kind of your first year here. So as you move from last year to this year, what are some of the early lessons that you brought with you from that first year of experience here really into this year? Brianna, I'll let you start.
Yeah, I think the NWSL is challenging because it changes every year and it's getting even more competitive. Any team can beat anybody on any given day, so you have to show up. And I think for a young player like Riley, just being thrown into the fire is the best thing because you get to learn right away like what the speed of play is, what the physicality looks like. And I think she's done a wonderful job adjusting. I think for us, it's about consistency. How can we train well every single week? How can we show up just with the tenacity on the weekend and make sure that we're competing for every 50-50 ball and defending well so that ultimately we can transition and get into the attack.
Great.
Yeah, that's a really great answer. Thrown into the fire is a great analogy because that's kind of how I feel, but I love that. This team is super competitive, and we have such amazing talent around me. So it's really great for me to be able to learn every single day, and I think we feed off of that with each other. Like I feel like each day everyone's bringing their best, so that's making us individually better. And then all the teams that we've played, we've only played 2 games, but the teams that we've played have been very different. So it's interesting to see how we adjust and continue to grow going game to game.
Brianna, I wanted to ask you, Sean recently mentioned that you've been grinding hard this year, really putting in the hours and working hard. You mentioned the change in your role so far this season. Did you do anything different? Was there kind of a difference in your off-season plan or anything like that to kind of get you ready for this year?
Yeah, I had a bit of an extended preseason. I went to go train with Riadas for 18 days, and I think that was a really great experience just because I was in an organized training environment for 3 weeks ahead of preseason. So I think just getting that head start was good for me. I like structure, and then coming into the Courage, this is my 3rd season with this team, and I know what the standard is, and I wanted to make sure that I was fit, and then I came in healthy, and just came in feeling confident. So I think that adjustment in the offseason was really, really good, and I think the entire Riadas club, just because they welcomed me and Marissa Bova with open arms, and it was just a wonderful experience to be in a different environment, train at a high level, and then get ready for the NWSL season.
How's your Spanish?
My Spanish, I actually minored in it, so it's somewhat decent. I definitely had to brush up on some of my vocabulary because it was a little bit rusty, but I definitely think by the end of the trip, I was using it pretty fluently.
Yeah. Riley, you're one of several newcomers to the lineup this year. How has it felt for you to kind of adjust to being part of a group, being a newcomer, especially as somebody so young? What's that process been like for you to really integrate?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is just learning patience. Obviously, coming into a new team, being so young, playing with veteran players who are very experienced, it's not going to be easy. And I know that I'm not going to be playing the whole game when I first am coming in, and it's just adjusting to playing with new players and players at such a high level. So I feel like it's just giving myself grace and knowing that I'm going to be continuing to get better and looking at maybe my mistakes is not necessarily a bad thing, but something that I can improve on and continue to learn every single day.
All right, Anessa.
Riley, I wanted to ask you what the biggest lesson you've learned so far in your time.
Oh my gosh, that's a big question. That's a really big question. I think it's just to be myself. I need to know and continue to learn that I'm here for a reason, and I feel like many of the women around me have really drove that into my brain, that I'm here and that I need to continue to find my voice on this team because I do have a role, and that I can continue to make the people around me better just as they're making me better. So.
And Brianna, I wanted to ask you, is there something specific that you worked on during the off season and you hope to implement during this season?
Yeah, most definitely. Just the movement off the ball and just being super active to get on it, turn in the pocket, and go at goal. I always like to practice finishing, so notching that first goal of the season will be important for me heading into the weekend. But again, it's just always having a growth mindset, figuring out how I can be the most dangerous, because at the end of the day, we want to win games, and we have to show up every single weekend.
Great. Anyone else? Awesome. Thank you, ladies. Best
Okay.
of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.